Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into a critical issue, recovering laundered money from Bangladesh. Now you might be thinking, Krishna, talking about financial crime, riveting television truly. And you wouldn't be entirely wrong. But stick with me, because this is about more than just numbers on a spreadsheet. This is about justice, accountability, and reclaiming what rightfully belongs to the people of Bangladesh. We're talking about billions of dollars, folks, billions! Money that could be used for education, healthcare, infrastructure, you name it. But instead, it's sitting in some Swiss bank account, probably propping up a very unstable tower of champagne glasses. So, buckle up, because we're about to explore the top 10 strategies that can help bring back the wealth smuggled out of Bangladesh. Our first strategy involves, and you'll never believe this, talking. I know, radical concept. But hear me out. Bangladesh needs to channel its inner international diplomat and have some serious sit-downs with the countries where this dirty money has been stashed. Think of it like a global game of where in the world is Carmen Sandiego, except instead of a red fedora, we're looking for stacks of stolen cash. And instead of a gumshoe detective, it's diplomats with briefcases full of extradition treaties, bilateral agreements, multilateral agreements. We need agreements like a cat needs a scratching post. We need to work with other countries to track this money, freeze these assets, and bring them back home where they belong. Okay, strap in because this chapter requires a flowchart and possibly a legal dictionary. We're talking about Mutual Legal Assistance Treaties, or MLATs, which, let's be honest, sounds like a rejected brand of candy. But these treaties are crucial. They're the legal framework that allows countries to cooperate on criminal investigations, including, you guessed it, money laundering. Think of it like this. Bangladesh is trying to build a case against these financial criminals, but some of the evidence is hidden in other countries, locked away in their legal systems. MLATs are the keys that can unlock those doors. But it's not enough to just have these treaties gathering dust on a shelf somewhere. We need to actually use them. Listen, when you're dealing with a problem as big and complex as international money laundering, you don't go it alone. You call in the big guns. And by big guns, I mean organizations like the Financial Action Task Force, FATF, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC, and the World Bank. These groups are like the Avengers of international finance, except instead of fighting Thanos, they're fighting dirty money. And their superpowers, technical expertise, policy recommendations, and the ability to apply international pressure. Bangladesh needs to work with these organizations, share information, and leverage their expertise to recover this stolen wealth. Chapter 4. Bangladesh. It's time to get tough on financial crime, that is. Okay, time for some real talk. Bangladesh, you need to beef up your own anti-money laundering laws. I'm talking Fort Knox levels of security here. We need laws that are so tough, so comprehensive, that even thinking about laundering money will give criminals a stress rash. But it's not just about having laws on the books. It's about enforcing them. We need to go after these criminals with the full force of the law and make it clear that Bangladesh is closed for business when it comes to dirty money. Chapter 5. STAR. The Asset Recovery Program. That's out of this world. Bank. Remember that stolen money we're trying to recover? Well, sometimes it's not as simple as just asking for it back politely. Shocking, I know. That's where the Stolen Asset Recovery Initiative, or STAR, comes in. This program, co-managed by the World Bank and the UNODC, is like the international version of Storage Wars, except instead of finding a vintage Elvis Presley lunchbox, we're finding hidden assets and bringing them back to their rightful owners. STAR provides resources, training, and support to countries like Bangladesh that are trying to recover stolen assets. Think of them as financial detectives, following the money trail wherever it may lead, even if it's hidden behind more shell corporations than a seaside gift shop. Chapter 6. FIUs, the financial intelligence units that are anything but unintelligent. Let's talk about FIUs. And no, I'm not talking about those adorable little furry creatures you see in yogurt commercials. I'm talking about financial intelligence units, the unsung heroes of the financial crime-fighting world. These units are like the Sherlock Holmes of finance, analyzing suspicious transactions, connecting the dots, and building cases against money launderers. Bangladesh's own BFIU needs to team up with its counterparts in other countries, sharing information and coordinating efforts to track down those ill-gotten gains. It's like a global game of financial hot potato, except instead of losing when the music stops, you lose when you're caught with millions of dollars in stolen money. Chapter 7. Suing for Justice. The legal drama that's actually important. Sometimes diplomacy and international cooperation just aren't enough. Sometimes you have to take matters into your own hands, or, more accurately, into the hands of some very skilled lawyers. Bangladesh has the option of pursuing legal action in foreign courts to reclaim its stolen wealth. But be warned, this is not for the faint of heart or the light of wallet. Litigating in foreign courts is expensive, time-consuming, and about as much fun as a root canal. But, if successful, it can result in recovering significant sums of money. Here's the thing about recovering stolen assets. It's not just a technical or legal issue, it's a political one. And that's where you, the people, come in. Public pressure is a powerful tool, and it can make a real difference. Citizens of Bangladesh, both at home and abroad, need to raise their voices, demand accountability, and put pressure on their governments to prioritize this issue. Write to your elected officials, organize protests, start online campaigns. Make it clear that recovering this stolen wealth is not just some abstract policy issue. It's about justice, fairness, and the future of Bangladesh. When it comes to recovering stolen assets, information is key. You need to know where the money went, who has it now, and how it's being hidden. And that's where a dedicated asset tracing unit comes in. This crack team of financial investigators would be like the Sherlock Holmes of stolen assets, using their powers of deduction, and probably some very sophisticated software, to track down those ill-gotten gains. They'd be scouring international databases, poring over financial records, and following the money trail wherever it leads, even if it's to a secret Swiss bank account guarded by a laser-eyed chihuahua. Remember those bullies in the schoolyard who used to steal everyone's lunch money? Well, sanctions are like the international community's way of saying, "Not cool, man. Go sit in the corner and think about what you've done." Bangladesh can work with international bodies to impose sanctions on individuals and entities involved in laundering money. These sanctions can include travel bans, asset freezes, and restrictions on financial transactions. It's basically the financial equivalent of being put in time out, except instead of missing recess, you're missing out on your ill-gotten gains. So there you have it, folks. 10 strategies for Bangladesh to recover its stolen wealth. It's a long, difficult process, and there's no guarantee of success. But one thing is clear, giving up is not an option. The money that was stolen belongs to the people of Bangladesh, and it's time to bring it home. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's work together to bring back the wealth that rightfully belongs to Bangladesh. See you next time.